Hello everyone. I hope everyone can hear me. This is the first time that I am streaming, so I think I am now live. So I'm gonna go ahead and start speaking and start trying out different things with Flow. Let me just quickly change my windows here so I think I can see if anyone makes a comment. Hopefully. All right, so I'm going to start waffling on, and hopefully this will be entertaining and also informative. So recently I have been making a whole lot of different thumbnails for my YouTube videos, and I was thinking that it might be fun just to throw a couple of them into Google's AI video generator, and I was just wondering what that would look like. Now I have experimented a little bit around with Google Flow in those thumbnails, and I had positive results. But let's continue to go down that rabbit hole. But before I do, I should also mention that this is Sean from Buried Digital Media, and I hope everyone is doing well. But while I was logged out, I also noticed that Google had these other products available, so they might be interesting to you. Like, it looks like you can make your own music, looks like you can make your own images, and then also something called Whisk, which I have no idea what that could do. From their website here, it looks like you can make these cool little animations. As you can see, you know what, this one actually really interests me. That is some very cool waves going on here. So let's try start animating. So what do we do here? Animate your creation. Try swapping an asset and seeing. Try swapping an asset. Excuse me. Try swapping an asset and add some motion. All right, something went wrong there, but you know what? Maybe. Okay, I see what it's doing. It seems like it's mixing in these two different pictures over here. So let's see. Oops, clearly I can't smell. A little bit nervous, but so it looks like it's generating. Okay, interesting. I don't know if it's combining each one of these photos together. But let's continue to wait just to see what it generates. Okay, it did seem to bring all three together. So let's try clicking on this one. All right, now let's try clicking on the animate button. Okay. Oops, not sure why that went backwards. Well, I hit my mouse. All right, it looks like my video is cooking. Okay, so while that continues to cook, let's move on to what I was originally going to take a look at. So that was inside of Google Flow here. As you can see, I have tried to do a few experimentations around with images, specifically this one right here. This is one where I took a clip, or sorry, a thumbnail from a video that I have done earlier, and it seems to work out pretty well. Very short clip. I guess the content was pretty simple, but I do like how the text remained very static and the mouth animations were pretty good. Not too sure about the star appearing out of nowhere. That one I guess I don't like so much, but overall I'd give it high marks for it. Let's see. I think all I did was I added in my images to that. So let's try another of these experiments. It looks like I already have one in there. But the picture doesn't seem to be there. So let's see if we can find that image again. I think it's this one right here. There you go. Let's try that. I think I'm only able to use a lower version of VO for these requests. Let's try putting it to, maybe that's, okay, VO3 quality. Let's see if this works. Yeah, it only works with VO2. So it does look like there's going to be a lot of innovation available for this. But you know what, let's jump on over, while this is generating, let's jump on over back to Whisk here and see what it has created. Very interesting. I think the animations are very impressive. I like how the waves are moving in the water here. The mist is very nice. I'm not too happy with the meteor up in the sky here in the right hand side, but I mean I think that's just using what the content was originally. The meteor going away in the splashes is all right. And I would prefer a little bit more with the clouds and perhaps some wind happening on the trees. But, I mean, overall pretty good, especially with my first crack at this Whisk platform. I'm looking forward to giving it a bigger try. And I like how there's a counter here in the top right. It looks like I have 47 generations left, so there's lots of room to experiment with. Okay, so let's go on over to here. Let's see what this has generated. Okay, not too impressive. Let's try out this one. That one's, so I don't really like it. Although I think that something like this would be usable because it does give a moment where the text goes away, and then so I could use this area here on the right for perhaps another slide. Now that I think about it, my request was probably too complex for the image in the sense that the moon here isn't really a typical representation of a moon. So, you know what, let's go back and let's try another. In fact, I wanted to try using the image that I had for the thumbnail. So let's upload that picture. And just, I'm not really sure what to expect here, but well, that's part of the fun for the experimentation. All right, let's see what that generates here. Okay, you know what? Let's go back to this Whisk software while that's generating. Let's see. I can see that the flow requests are taking down from my Whisk requests, which makes sense. But yeah. Okay, so I wonder if I can make a new project here. All right, let's come up with a concept. Oops. Oh, maybe it's just, okay. Prompt with pictures. So, you know what this is? I think Whisk is a repackaged version of ingredients to video. I think that might be what it is, and that's good. I kind of like that because ingredients to video isn't exactly clear on what it does, but this gives you a good template on exactly what it's supposed to do. But I see that my thumbnails here are ready to go, so let's try them out and just see what. Okay, that one's no good. What about this one? Okay, no good. No good either. What I was hoping to happen was in this one here, it seems to have picked up what I was hoping for. So I'm loading up this one here, and then I think, well, let's just play them. I think this one worked out. Yeah, so I had a static image where all these different colors were just static, but it seemed to be able to pick up that each one of these colors were supposed to be kind of these waves. And although I think I would have preferred that it treated each color like string, almost like string caught in wind, but this just seems to be stretching out the colors. And overall, I'm pretty happy with that. And so if I take a look at one of the other ones, this might be the first rendition of it. Yeah, see, this one, it didn't work out so well when I had tried it. All right, let's try a couple more here. All right, let's try out this one here. This one should be a fun one. Oh, you know what? Let's actually... I probably should have uploaded that slightly differently. I'm thinking if I cropped it. I was thinking about cropping it around the marine, but you know what? Let's use the whole thing. All right, so while that is generating, let's jump back on over to Whisk here. Let's see. What should I make as a Whisk here? Let's see what these gives me a seed. So I mean, I guess you can use that seed now. Let's see, anything else? I like how it is. Oh, okay. Oh no, and that. Okay, that replaced my. Okay, so this just generates. This just generates prompts as an example. This one you can choose the size. But let's go back to. You know what? Let's try a randomly generated one. All right, that's going to go through. All right, it looks like our thumbnails here are done. All right, that's a little comical. Doesn't seem to really work, especially with all the casings there going to the side. Let's try this one over. Oh, yeah. Okay, so these are terrible. No good. No good. All right, let's try 2 more. So it really only seems like my first experimentation worked with the job interview thumbnail. Let's try this one. Well, whatever. Let's give it a try. Oops. All right, that's not really what I was expecting, but let's go with this one. All right, let's continue going with that. That one's not too bad. Not exactly what I would like. I'd like more motion with the ship. Maybe if I had described it better, then that would work. But it seems to be catching on all right. And sort of similar effects here. Let's try this beat cop one. Maybe, you know what, maybe, I wonder if I can ask it to generate without putting the second image in there. Maybe that's what my issue is. Okay. Yeah, that might be the issue. I think why I was putting in 2 images was because I was trying to make a loop at one point, and so that's how I was trying to do it. So let's just see what this generates here. Okay, so it looks like Whisk here is being used a lot, so we'll just focus on flow here. We'll come back to the Whisk in a moment, but let's just continue with flow. Maybe this is time. Let's give it a try. Okay. All right, let's see if I can, well, that's generating. I'm going to actually go back to one of my previous ones here. Let's try going to this one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to use, that image again, but without putting in a second one. All right, let's go back to this beat cop project. Well, that's generating. Looks like our Whisk project is almost done. All right, let's see. The beat cop. Okay, not bad. I'm not really enjoying the smoke or something that comes out of the results. But maybe I can edit around that. Okay. I mean, I kind of like it. I don't know why. It does seem to be getting confused quite a bit. It did bring up the cop quite well. I don't know why there's so much smoke coming around. I don't know why it generated a hat. But okay. All right, let's see what these swirls have done now. Nope, no good. No good. Okay. So it just doesn't like that. Just doesn't like that image. Oh, what did our block do? Okay, okay. I'm liking what our block did here. All right, very impressive. I like what we got here. I think this one here is very usable. All right, interesting. Can I star it? Oh, I can favorite it. Perfect. All right, let's try one or two more thumbnails here. I am continuing to try this because, again, I got that good result from the interview thumbnail. Minecraft one, Resident Evil, Haste maybe, Bob. I have high hopes for this one. Now, I'm trying to keep my prompts simple because I don't want to get flow confused. Like if I was creating a brand new image, I think I'd put in a whole lot more detail. Or if I had a idea right from the start of what I was trying to create with these thumbnails, then I would come in with more detail. Okay, so that's generating. Now, I mean, what can I do with this? Now, here's where I would like to be inside of flow because flow is able to set specific markers. So then if I get to like this part, I could put a marker in it and then bring it to another area. But at this point, I mean, I could probably green screen this out or crop it out, I should say, and then put some sort of other effect into it. Maybe if I start from here, it will continue. So galaxy. Okay, let's come back to that. I'm not entirely sure what to ask. Okay, so we have these two different results here. Okay, that's not bad. Overall, I think I'm pretty satisfied with that result because it kept all the characters pretty clear and added a little bit of life into it. And the explosion looks pretty clear. I think I like this one. I'm more impressed with this one. The one on the left is probably more usable, but the one on the right, you know, maybe this one's more usable because it does have. I do like how it captured the legs of the robots, and then the people on the right are moving. The legs are a little bit are having a little bit of trouble, but there is more motion to this. So I think if I was going to use the complete 8 seconds, then the one on the left would be better. Oh, okay. I'd probably have to work on completing some of these effects from like the phone and from the staff over here. So then it would be coming towards the robot, but not too bad. On the right here, I would have to do that as well. Although if I were to just be using 3 seconds of this clip, I think this is the one that I would take. All right, one more. So really, I mean, I think this is true just for all of these AI generators right now is you have to get it close, and then you just have to keep on working on it. You know what? I think I might use 2. All right, pretty neat. Let's see. The galaxy swirls as it becomes a cosmic being. All right, hopefully it picks up from this clip here and then takes this galaxy and somehow converts it into a cosmic being of some sort. Oops. It did come up with an error, which I'm not too surprised on. Yeah, maybe it's just getting confused. So the galaxy swirls. just going to let that go. Hopefully it doesn't bring up an error again. All right, Notia. Okay. This one I'm pretty happy with so far. I probably would have to cut it down and not use all of it, but definitely worked out pretty well. Okay, let's try this one. Yeah, not as usable because of that effect. Oh, you know what? Maybe what I could do is I could take most of the one on the left, and then when it becomes something that I don't like, then I could change it to the part where the magician here lands on the ground and does that move. So, I mean, interesting. There's so much that you can do with that. Okay, one more. I know that I've said one more probably about 100 times so far, but I am enjoying myself. It is really neat to see what these AI generators can do. It is impressive. All right, let's see. Either the Viking, maybe the Haste game, maybe Lightspeed, maybe Katana. I don't think Katana Zero would be. Maybe. Grim Dawn, Resident Evil, Inscription, Hades? Let's see, either Hades, GoPro. Oh, I'm going to check my chat. I don't think anybody's watching at the moment, and I'm not seeing anything inside the chat at the moment, so I'm not getting any recommendations there. Nova, maybe the Viking. Oh, you know what? I don't think you can even see my my window here. Okay. Viking picture. GoPro picture. Hades picture. Game marketing picture. You know what? Let's do the game marketing picture. Too abstract. Preparing to take on. Okay, let's give that one a try. Did Whisk over here. I think it did an error again. Let's just try to play this. I think that's the same. Yeah, that's the same one. So, is it all going along in the stream here? Let's try something simple. The camera continues to look out in the window as let's try that one. Okay, game marketing. Okay, so far I like it. It's very simple, but it is doing pretty much what I would like, except that I would have preferred a little bit more wind on the character himself. But overall, I like it. And this one here, the character is being more animated, although comically animated. So I think I would take this first one and then build it. Okay, this one it seemed to. Did it? No. It seems to keep on getting errors here. Let's just watch. Wait and watch. No. Okay. I don't know. I don't know why this isn't working. Let's just try one word. No, maybe there's a problem just with Whisk here. Okay, let's try one more flow. Let's see, my Katana Zero thumbnail, or try another of these. You know what? I keep on coming back to the Katana Zero one. Not really sure what prompt to give it, but all right, I'm not sure if it'll get the character in the back, but let's find out. Let's come back to Whisk here. Let's see what other things it generates. Photo of family, photo of a family of raccoons playing musical instruments in the forest, like a jazz band. Cozy atmosphere, rainy, foggy leaves, changing color. Okay, let's give that one a try. But you know what? I'm going to change the aspect ratio to 9:16. And Katana Zero is done here. All right. Overall I like this, although I would prefer that Katana doesn't disappear. And not bad, not bad. I would have preferred a little bit more glowing on the Katana Zero, but I like how Flow here captured the guy in the background, and we can see him moving around quite a bit. Katana Zero is a good game, by the way. So if you do like playing games in action games, it's a simple game, but it's a fun game. All right, go back to Whisk here. Let's give this one a try. Oh, okay, right. It's just giving me the picture. That's pretty comical. Which one to try? I do think that this setup is a little bit better. So let's try animating it. Wow. Unable to generate videos that are not landscape or aspect ratio. That's a little disappointing. Okay, so there's still a lot of work that needs to be done with Whisk here, but I mean, I do like what I'm seeing, and I would like this being able to be brought into Flow here. So then you can do, or so then we can do the ingredients to. Oh no, not ingredients to video, but be able to do that. Essentially, the scene builder, or bring it into the scene builder, so we can edit, where we can essentially edit or continue to generate some of these scenes. Maybe one more here. All right, I'm going to try my Viking one. Now let's try changing our aspect ratio in Whisk. They both came out about the same, although, let's try animating this one. So I'm keeping it simple just because in the last one it was giving me a lot of errors. Let's jump on over to our Viking here. Okay, the Viking is pretty good. The clip here is reminding me a lot of just all those Viking games that you see on Google Play. Okay, that one's got a nice cheer to it. I like how he is raising his arm a little bit in discussion. I would have preferred something happening in the background, although I didn't specify it. So that's pretty good. Really, what might be nice to do is generate something with a green screen background or a solid background, and chop out the background and use the character for something. All right. I don't. Oh, I have my speakers muted here, so I won't be able to tell whether or not they're playing inside this, but I hope you know what, I could bring up my speakers a little bit. So I hope the music is playing well, or it's good. Yeah, not bad. I don't think I was able to hear a piano playing, and I can see in the animation that the drumsticks are missing. I think the raccoon here tried to poke the saxophone player a little bit, and then also the drumsticks with what is this? Whatever instrument this is, we're blurring a bit as well. And then maybe this raccoon's mouth is open too. So not perfect, but still very impressive. All right, let's go back to my flow screen here. And yeah, so these are all the different clips here that I've generated. The Bad North, another very good game. That animation was right. The Katana Zero animation was pretty good. The game marketing thumbnail was good. The Notio one was good. I don't know what I used this one as. Oh, I think it was AI generated content versus content creator. That thumbnail was good. The Beat Cop mostly was good, although we had a lot of little issues inside of it. The Nova Drift was okay. The Space Marine one was pretty awful. Now that I look at it, I think I understand why it was getting confused. In the original image, now that I look at it, you could see all those different clips, or what are they used? The casings. The casings being slung forward when they should be actually going downwards. And so Flow was probably getting confused by that. And let's see. And then the oil painting, essentially, that was a little disappointing as well. The Moonlight Farewell was disappointing. But again, I think Flow couldn't really recognize where the moon was. The Ace Your Next Interview, that one was pretty much perfect. And then the character head, I don't know if I showed it. I don't think I did. This one here, there was good things about it and not so good. So the mouth movements are good. I don't know why it split into two. So that one clearly had troubles. And let's finish off with this last one. I'm going to go back to one of my interview thumbnails here. Let's go with I really wish I was able to. That's fine. Can I? No, I can't. I wish the cropping was a little bit easier. Oh, and I don't think I'm able to use portrait for these at the moment. Okay, crop and save. A podcaster speaks. The background is alive. I'm not quite sure how to describe it, but I just went with a podcaster speaks to the camera and waves her hand. The background has good lighting effects. So while that's generating, again, it looks like Google here has many of these different products available. Music effects, image effects, flow, and Whisk. Right now we're using Whisk and flow. Whisk is very exciting. I'm going to take a look into more of what Whisk was supposed to be doing from the start and not just my first impressions with it. And then perhaps I'll create a separate video just with that. Flow, we were mostly seeing that, and yeah, it looks like it's good. Image FX, I don't think I'm going to do much on image FX just because it's pretty obvious. I think a lot of people know what image generation is about these days. And then music FX. I don't know if I'll try this one out. I guess if I do try this one, then I would likely create a separate video for it, and I would have to adjust my audio settings so then I can actually hear what's happening with you guys. Okay, so I don't like this one. The background changed, which is a similar issue that I was having with my dancing video. In the text, I mean, maybe if the text faded out completely, it'd be okay. But no, I didn't ask for it, and maybe I should have. And then I think here we can actually see the color differences. I know that I asked that the background has good lighting effects, but that's not quite what I was imagining. Maybe I could have been more specific. Okay, let's try this one. Not so good. I do like her hand movements. I like how the background behind her, in effect, was added to her, but I don't like how the camera panned, and I don't like how the text became very blurry. It looked like it was in a bit of a transition. Okay, so I'll wrap things up. I hope you found this first video here entertaining, useful, and if you're looking into this sort of stuff, then I hope that you're able to, build from it, maybe make a company and build some amazing content for us to enjoy and be inspired from. I hope you have a good day.